1, defined as a mild lameness observed while the horse is trotted in a straight line. When the lame forelimb strikes, a subtle head nod is observed. When the lame hind limb strike, a subtle pelvic hike occurs. The head nod and pelvic hike may be inconsistent at times. Grade 2 is defined as obvious lameness. The head nod and pelvic hike are seen consistently, and the excursion is several centimetres. Grade 3 is defined as a pronounced head nod and pelvic height of several centimetres. If the horse has a unilateral, singular hind limb lameness, a head and neck nod is seen when the diagonal forelimb strikes the ground, mimicking ipsilateral forelimb lameness. There's no mention of alteration in the hind limb gait in the presence of severe forelimb lameness, which we sometimes observe. Grade 4 is severe lameness with extreme head nod and extreme pelvic hike. The horse can still be trotted. Grade 5, the horse does not bear weight on the limb. Let's look at a 0 to 4 scale suggested by Stashak in Adam's Lameness in Horses. Grade 1, lameness is not observed at a walk but is recognisable at a trot. For forelimbs, the horse drops his head down on the sound limb and raises it up to a more normal height on the affected side. There is increased hoof sound from the sound limb. Grade 2, an alteration in gait is noted at a walk, but no overt head movements are associated with it. However, at a trot, the lameness becomes more obvious and some head and neck lifting occurs when the affected forelimb hits the ground. Grade 3, lameness is obvious at both walk and trot. Head and neck lifting during weight bearing is a prominent feature for the forelimbs. Grade 4, non-weight bearing lameness. This is the first scale that takes into account sound as well as visual observations. And my personal feeling is that sound is extremely important and very helpful to us. However, under the Stashak scale, most horses will be grade 1 or 2. A horse may show moderately severe lameness at trot, but not be discernibly lame at the walk, and therefore has to be only a grade 2. I don't believe that this scale of 0 to 4 allows differentiation of the spectrum of the gait abnormalities that we observe in walk and trot. In contrast, Geraint Wynne-Jones used a 0 to 10 scale, but provided no definitions. And I've always found it very difficult to differentiate between, for example, a grade 2 and 3 or grade 6 and 7. And my observation of the clinicians that use a 0 to 10 scale is that the full range is rarely used. Then there are visual analog scales, either 0 to 5 or 0 to 10. The 0 to 5 scale provides a more restricted ability to differentiate among horses than a broader scale. However, reasonable repeatability has been demonstrated. Using a 0 to 10 scale gives us a broader spectrum